All right. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We've got a small 2-game MLB slate, but we're going to talk about both games, and I've got one best bet for each game. So 2 best bets here. Recap from yesterday. Not good. We went 1-3, so pretty disappointing there. We had the Brewers -1. That was silly sweat free. They just went absolutely nuclear on Matthew Boyd. So that was pretty sweet. We had the Gill walk ladder, but the line ended up being 2.5. So obviously didn't bet that because we had said only if it's 1.5. We had Freddie Peralta under 6.5 Ks. The Cubs just looked absolutely defeated after that monster first inning by the Brew Crew. He ended up with 9. So this wasn't even really close at all. I am shocked that he went 90-some pitches. I thought they might try to pull him back a little bit. That way they had him later on, but they just kind of absolutely burned him there. And then we had the Phillies on the money line. This was looking really good, up 3-0. And then the bullpen blew it. Strom gave up a 3-run home run to Teoscar Hernandez. Very frustrating there. So we ended up losing that play. Quite frustrating, actually. But let's talk about this matchup here today in these 2 games. Kicking us off is going to be the Yankees and the Blue Jays. Max Fried going up against Trey Yesavage. Blue Jays have absolutely owned the Yankees at home. They are now 7-1 against the Yankees at home this season. And this is a Blue Jays team that has faced Max Fried several times already this season. Fried does have a 4-1 record. He's got a 2.70 ERA versus this team. But we look at the 3 matchups already this season. Faced him on July 1st, July 23rd, and September 7th. The Blue Jays have 4, 4, and 3 earned runs against him so far. So they have kind of owned him a little bit here in this spot. We look at the lineup here, and they do have some guys that are able to get to him. Vlad actually surprisingly is only hitting 222, but George Springer's hitting 333. Ernie Clement's hitting 333. You've got Anthony Santander's hitting 286 against him, and Kanir Falifa, limited sample size here of 8 ABs, but he's 4 for 8, hitting 500 off of him. Dalton Varsho is somebody who struggled against Fried. He does not have a hit against him, and Alejandro Kirk is actually 2 for 15 against Max Fried. Obviously, Kirk had 2 home runs, I think, yesterday. So he had a nice little day about him yesterday. But this is one Fried coming into this. Pitched pretty well. Last start against the Red Sox. They ended up losing that game 3-1, I believe. But Fried pitched really, really well. Didn't give up an earned run and pitched into the 7th inning. That was when Luke Weaver came in and absolutely destroyed that game. Hey, very similar to last night. Luke Weaver got destroyed last night as well. But last couple of starts for him have been fantastic. 0 or 1 earned runs in 2 of his past 3 starts. Then we go over to Trey Yesavage. I mean, I don't know what we're going to get, right? This guy's faced 2 major league teams. He's faced the Rays twice and the Royals. Last pitched on 9/27. Pretty decent start against the Rays. Went 5 innings. Did give up 5 hits, but didn't allow an earned run. And then against the Royals, he gave up 4 earned runs, 1 to the Rays prior to that. Now, he has walked 2 or more in all 3 starts. So he's got 2, 3, and 2 base on balls. I don't want to touch the over 1.5 walks because I don't think he's going to be in this game long. I think we're probably going to see 3, 4 innings out of him. There may be a potential to look at his over in Ks, but again, I just don't know how much bandwidth this kid's going to have, so I really don't want to take anything with an over with him. I do think the Yankees hit here. After had some opportunities yesterday, bases loaded, couldn't get them in. I think they got 1 run in off of a walk, and that's it. So I do look for the Yankees kind of bounce back today. I think Fried has a decent outing, but this is a Blue Jays team that doesn't strike out a lot. They're going to put the ball in play. Give me the over in this one. We'll take the over 8 at -120 over on BetMGM. Like I said, I do think the Yankees bounce back offensively here. But again, once we get past Fried, I don't trust this bullpen. This bullpen's awful. They've got an 8+ ERA in the playoffs so far. So really not one where I can get behind the Yankees at this price. It's just simply too expensive. Value is on taking the Blue Jays at +135. But like I said, we're going to take the over 8 over on BetMGM at -120. It's -122 over on FanDuel right now, so this is a little off. Final game here, Tigers and the Mariners. Tariq Skubal going up against Luis Castillo. This is a fishy ass line. We're getting Skubal at minus 130. It's weird. We look at Skubal against this Mariners team. Not the greatest track record, to be honest. He's faced this team already twice this season. They got 3 and 4 earned runs off of him. So they have 10 hits and 10.2 innings off of him. But you got Luis Castillo on the other side, and I just don't trust Castillo. He has faced this Tigers team 6 times over his career. He's also faced them twice this season. They got 2 and 3 earned runs off of him. Did have 5 and 6 strikeouts in those games. It's a Mariners team that's highly susceptible to striking out. Skubal only had 5 against him in his last outing, but he had 8 and 9 in the previous 2. He's had 9 in 3 of the last 5 against them. In terms of matchups here, it's pretty decent, actually, for both squads. We look at Castillo. Gleyber Torres has struggled against him. He's only 1 for 17. So maybe looking at his under in hits, runs, and RBIs. Javier Baez is 5 for 15 off of Castillo. Zach McKinstry's 3 for 12, hitting 250. Riley Green is 4 for 8 off of him. The only person that's got a home run is Kerry Carpenter, but he's 1 for 5. Obviously, Carpenter with a huge 2-run home run in the 5th last night to put him ahead. We've got Winsale Perez is hitting 4 for 6. Guys that are struggling, Torkelson's only 1 for 7 off of him. Like I said, Carpenter's 1 for 5. Dylan Dinger's 1 for 5. So not a ton of ABs. On the other side for the Mariners, Jorge Polanco's got a decent track record here against Skubal. He is 7 for 21. Randy Arozarena is 5 for 20. You've got Julio Rodriguez, small sample size, 2 for 9, so hitting 250. JP Crawford, again, small sample size, but hitting 4 for 7, hitting 667 off of him. Now, guys that have struggled, Victor Robles is 1 for 9. You got Josh Naylor's only 2 for 15 against him. Mitch Garver, I don't know if Mitch Garver's actually going to play, but 1 for 14 with 8 Ks against him, so that's not great. Arozarena struck out 7 times in 20 ABs against him. So I do think they're going to put the ball in play. I mean, we look at left-handed pitching versus the Mariners. They've been able to get to some guys. I mean, they didn't get to Kershaw for anything, but prior to that, they got 5 off Valdez, 2 off of Reagans, 5 off Mitch Ferris. They got 5 off of Liberatore, 6 off of Joey Wentz. Obviously not the same caliber as Skubal, but they've been able to get to some lefties, and they've been able to put up a lot of runs. So we do have an over-under of 6. I'm not going to touch it. Give me the Tigers on the money line. It's just too good of a price here. And then give me Luis Castillo, 4+ Ks. He is over that in 19 of his last 20 games. That gets us to minus 101. So I just want to reduce that juice to that minus 130. Over under 6. Like I said, it's tight here, but not going to mess around with it. It would have to be the over for me. But totals in this park, such a pain in the ass. I did add the over 6.5 in this game, and we ended up missing it. Obviously, you got to remember in extra innings, you don't start with that ghost runner. So you don't get that nice luxury of tacking on some runs in extra innings, really. But this park, for me, totals have just been an absolute nightmare all season. So I'm going to avoid it for this series. But I do like the Tigers here in this spot. So our best bets, pretty clean, pretty simple. 2 best bets. We're going to take the Tigers on the money line. Luis Castillo to get 4+ strikeouts. Minus 101 over on FanDuel. And we're going to take the Yankees and the Blue Jays over 8 at minus 120 over on BetMGM. Appreciate you guys tuning in to the video, and we'll catch you for tomorrow's 2-game series, which would be should be some interesting matchups there with Blake Snell and Jesus Luzardo, and we got Shota versus TBD in that Cubs versus Brewers game. So I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.